Good evening, everybody. Oh, that was a bit weird. Said lap 1 of 3. Hello and welcome to RSF1's Tier 4 division. Brought to you live around the Canadian Grand Prix. It's round number 7 of the season. We didn't have a race last week in Monaco because Xbox wasn't going to play with us. But they are today. We're all here. It's a full lobby. And, well, I'm very, very excited for this. My name is RSF1 Brundle, and I'm joined, for the first time this season we are together now, is No Shells. So, good evening.
Good evening. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be with you. I'm glad to actually do some streaming of F4.
Yes, it's been a rough first few weeks, hasn't it, Shells? But we're all sorted now, and hopefully Xbox is going to continue, our internet's going to continue, all fine, we're all sorted now, so it's good. And as I said, a full lobby, No Shells, so this is going to be entertaining.
Yeah, and I have the sound glitch, so...
that'll get sorted sooner.
Yeah,
I'll sort it by a Q2 anyway. Yeah. So Tier 4. I keep on using that word entertaining because the last couple of weeks have been absolutely mental. Obviously, take away Monaco, which never happened, but that will be redone at a later date. But the Spanish Grand Prix was ridiculous. Baku was ridiculous. And with this style of track, Shoals, this is probably going to be the same, actually, considering you've got the close walls. Track limits are a thing as well, plus changeable weather conditions potentially as well.
Yeah, and of course we have a full grid, which is actually, I think this is the first time I've ever seen a full grid in RSF1. And
I think I've seen it a couple of times, but the first time in F4 anyway, so crowded track out there tonight.
I just want to point out that we've got some people sporting the pink helmet, and also I'm not so sure about the number 19, but obviously that's in remembrance for Antoine Hubert, so good on them.
Of course, a very dark weekend in Belgium in real life. It was, I remember I had to commentate on the Saturday night, just a few hours after that tragic accident happened, and it was, yeah, it's not a good feeling, but obviously we honour him, and hopefully every one of his supporters, his family, will be okay. But yes, with Tier 4, as I said, Spain was an absolutely crazy race, which did shake up the championship, No Shells, and I believe you have the updated one in front of you now. So, what happened after that race?
I don't know what happened after this race. I may have forgot to watch it, but as it stands in the championship that I have here, Tejosaurus is in first place with 62 points. 11 points behind him, we've got Timma in the Renault. 1 point behind him, Swiler, Acer, Facer. So the top three are marginally close, as Swiler sets fastest lap there. Primus is in fourth, Kraken's in fifth, Alcosaints is in sixth, Laser Guns is in 7th, Repster 8th, Jedi David 9th, and then King Tomo is in 10th. The bottom 10, they're all kinda, the majority of them haven't got points, but Ace, Ire, J Locker, Overcome Orphan, and Timmy have. So there's still, a good 6 drivers who still need to get their points, and of course this could be an opportunity for them.
Of course, we do have a couple of new drivers here tonight. One of them is, where is he? Is Tom the Eco Maniac. I'm just going to call him Tom for short, otherwise that's going to be complicated and tricky. We also have this guy in Mercedes, AJ aka MC Tricks. I'm just going to say MC Tricks again. Shorten it to make it easier. I think that's fair, No Shells, but 2 new drivers, which for us will be interesting because we have no idea what they're capable of.
Yeah, and of course, we've no idea what the times are going to be at the end of this, because obviously you and I have both raced in F2 and F1, but F4 is kind of, I can't really be sure, because obviously the times are going to be slower, but yeah, I guess we've just got to wait and see.
I think, personally, I think if you get into the 9s, you'll be far up on this grid. Certainly if anyone hits an 8. The thing is about this track, it's like Monaco, it's a very short track, so the time difference between the divisions could actually be quite close. But yeah, I'd say anything in the 9s on a dry track would be very good. Just going through Q1 at the moment. Oh, Acer Facer! Is that... That's terminal damage, I think, Scholes.
Yeah, he's been put on the order. 62-3. That'll be the chicane. Well, ASR is going through that second sort of chicane now. Oh, he's lost it.
It's after 7 and 8 before the hairpin.
Yeah, that'll be too much power.
That's a weird place. Yeah, that's another weird place to. He must have hit the curb on the outside or the wall on the outside, and it's just chucked him into the wall. But that is a real heavy blow for Acer Facer. Yeah, one of the championship protagonists there for Acer, so he is out already. What did he do last time out? Actually got 4th last time out, so yeah, he's been on a real run of results. And he is out already. So yeah, hopefully he can recover from that. So let's run through actually what happened in last week's race, as Tabizi, another new driver, I forgot to mention him in the Racing Point. If he gets on the podium at any point, I'm going to have to find out what his name actually is called, but I'm going to say Tabizi. Is that what you'd say, Scholes, or would you say something else?
I would say Texby, maybe.
We're going to have to find that out.
It's a weird one.
I'd say the X is silent, maybe. I don't know. We'll find out at some point. It's Locker goes 7th on the 10-9. So yeah, last week's race was a hectic one and had a shuffled result, mainly because, well, the thing is about Tier 4, they tend to bring out safety cars. And in fact, they've had 3 safety cars in the last 2 races. I said that right, 3 in the last 2. Because they had 1 in Baku at the early stages and 2 in Spain. 1 at the start and 1 at the end. 1 at the end threw everything out of proportion because quite a few people had penalties, a couple had speeding in the pit lane. In fact, Alco Saints, who crossed the line first, lost the victory because he sped in the pit lane by 3 miles an hour. And that dropped him to 3rd. The race winner, because he had no penalties at all, was this guy, Timmer, in the Renault. Yeah, he was 5th on the road, and because the people in front had penalties and he didn't, he won the race. Also, we had a first podium of the season for Helkin Tomo in the Ferrari, so it was a very, very hectic. And as I said, hopefully this race will be a little bit quieter, Scholes, because my head was oh, you're gone. No.
It's annoying me, this having no volume thing. It's just too much for me to handle.
Oh, okay, no problem.
Fix this.
Don't worry about that, that's no problem. I understand, yeah, it's the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, and on Timmer, actually, did you know that, no, Scholes, that Timmer is the only person to have finished every race and in the points?
Wow, that's a pretty
The
good
only
streak.
person. Yeah. He's had an 8th for 5th, a 9th for 5th, and a 1st. And he's only failed to reach Q3 once, and that was in China. So he's putting a run and consistent results together, which I guess, no Scholes, is the way to go on any racing league, isn't it? Be as consistently as possible.
Yeah.
Is it still a problem?
Yeah, I can join back. I'm just gonna give it one more go, and if it's not, I'll just leave it. All good.
Yeah, leave it and then it will fix it by Q2. That's what tends to happen. BVB4 is an interesting scenario. He's changed his colours because now this is a complicated situation. I don't know fully, but basically he went to a reserve when he was a full-time driver, and he's now back as a full-time driver. But when he decided to come back fully, the only spot available was the Haas. So he is now driving for the Haas team. The Haas team, yes. So that's why people might be a little bit confused with the change of colours there, but that is the reason. Coming through the last corner now. Is it sorted? Yay. 15.9 for 4. Needs to be a lot quicker than that if he wants to go through.
It's surprising that Spyro is actually still, at the minute, going to make it through. Although I think Revster's about to end that.
It's that weird thing where he sets a 10.2, but a 13.1 is quicker. The weird one.
Yeah.
Here comes Revster, goes 5th with that. Very nice time. Ahead of his sparring partner Helkin Tomer, actually. There's a point between them, and it's safe to say they're not the best of friends. They wind each other up pretty much every day.
I've just seen something in the stream. I don't know if you've already seen.
I was going to point that out, actually.
Yeah. A wet race start.
Yeah. A wet race start. Well, that throws everything. So.
Oh, we heard about Revster. Warning to all. Just be careful. Pink mobile on track.
Yeah, had a rough race in Spain, Revster actually, pointing that out. As Fall improves his time to a 12.2, still not quick enough because of that annoying thing about Ace time. We've still got 2 drivers yet to set a time, and that's Alco and MC Tricks, with 5.5 minutes to go. Another little stat I found out as well, looking at the previous races, Gigasaurus has made Q3 every single time, and he's got pole twice. So, qualifying specialist, I guess. Although, I think it's for Gigasaurus, he is leading the championship, obviously, but he has had a DNF in Australia to his name. So it does show that even leading the championship, things can go alright, I guess.
Yeah. And MC Tricks, as his abbreviation name. I don't know why, but he's on the night lap at the moment. He's on the back straight now. What time are you expecting from him in his first? I don't know first, but like the first time we're gonna see it.
I've looked at him a couple of times, and obviously I'm not trying to bring him down. This is obviously an observation here, but he seems a little bit nervous, I guess, which I guess you would be in your first race. Slightly on the grass through turn 2. Yeah, and again the power. It's almost like he's trying no assists for the first time. He's like got no traction or something. He's just trying to get the grips of this Mercedes here. Yeah. What's Alco doing? Yeah, just first race for him to be easy, and who's the other one? There's another one. Tom.
Yes, Tom the Ecomaniac.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, my only advice obviously is just stay out of trouble. Just calmly ease your way in, and then just see where you're at in the pecking order. Alco saying he's going to make himself safe, and he does, just ahead of his teammate, into 4th of a 10.5. So MC Tricks is the only one yet to set a time.
From what I remember, the Red Bulls have been very close all season. I mean, the last time I streamed an F4 race was back in Bahrain or China, And back then, the Red Bulls were really close, and also they were having a good fight with the Ferraris. So, and they're also quite high in the points, so they could be challengers for the Constructors' Championship as well. So, I think it would be quite nice to watch them as they not only fight each other, but also fight for the Constructors' Championship.
Tom, the Ecomaniac, has retired in Sector 1. Is that terminal
it's
damage?
on track. It is.
Yes, the terminal damage. So he's out already. Same with Acer so these four still in the drop zone. A little bit less pressure than what it is, but they still need to get in the, I'd say, the lower 11s really to be ahead. But it's a weird situation with this thing when someone's retired and they've dropped down with their time. I think weird of how you have to beat it or something, but there we go. I think Orphan has invalidated his next run, so he's got to save his tyres and he has to go again. He's also under pressure, as is Overside in the Renault. MC Trick's still yet to set a time.
He's going to have to get at the pits if he wants to. Yeah. I might actually... I'm in the pits at the moment with MC Tricks, and I can't actually see, but from what I'm hearing, it sounds like J-Locker, I'm not too sure when he retired, but he's just come into the pits, and he might actually be blocking MC Tricks from getting out.
Yeah, and actually MC Tricks is run out of time. He's not even going to come back out again. That's it. I think someone's fired up in the pits already as well, yeah. He doesn't have enough time to get round. Nowhere near. Yeah, so MC, yeah, I think you're right. Locker just held him up.
So it's down to...
That's a shame.
Thor, Orphan and Overside.
See what Overside is doing. Overside's nearly half a second down, so this run isn't helping. See what Orphan can do, whereas Thor is half a second up, so this is a bit better from him. Through the final chicane.
And he takes the wide line.
There you go, he's safe now, 11-9. It's McCracken down into 12th place, although he's on another run, so... Ace Air is in trouble as well in the McLaren, so... It's just Orphan and Overside now.
Overside's across the line, he might be going for another lap, but he's got no ERS left. So I think he's going to struggle here.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be improving, and I think Orphan says he's down on a half second middle sector, so I think he's the one going to be eliminated. Yeah, I think he's into the pits.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Overside has a red light on fuel, so if he is trying to set a lap, he might not actually make it, so it depends.
No, he's still in hot lap mode.
Yeah. The weird thing is though, if he was to go into the top 15, who would get pushed down, Spiral or Acer?
Well, this is going to be the. He's not improving, so this is going to be the thing. Acer Facer's time, weirdly, is still in 15th place, so that takes away a spot. So we're going to have 14 rather than 15 in Q2.
Alright, I'll take that. Less cars to, watch.
Well, people might go for strategy. Actually saying that, if it is going to be a wet start, as Hell King Tomo put in the chat earlier, there's not going to be much strategy really in Q2. I don't think, no shoals. I don't think it's just going to be fastest tyre.
Yeah. I did look up tyre strategies, and I'm regretting it now because it didn't really do anything.
Doesn't need it. Well, that's the end of Q1. Tabizi and Tigisaurus showing the early pace, but still early days. But eliminated is Acer Facer because he crashed, while even on another attempt or coming back to the pit, so he will start 15th. Kelsey in the Haas will be 16th. Tom, the Ecomaniac, 17th. Orphan, 18th. Oversight, 19th. And MC Tricks failed to set a time. I think he just invalidated all the ones he did. So he'll be starting his first race from 20th and last. But we head into Q2, where the action continues.
It's there's quite a few different nationalities in that bottom bit. There's Welsh, there's Irish, there's Scottish, British. You know, they're getting rid of all the. I'm not gonna say what I'm gonna say, but
I was thinking where you were going with that.
yes.
Interesting. Right, so everybody should stay on the soft disc tyre. Beezy in the chat saying radar says light rain throughout the race, so it can be a full intermediate race or full wet race, I guess. Oh, so it says light race, yeah, intermediate. Or it could be one of those stupid things where they're on dry tyres but it's not wet enough for intermediates. That could be a thing. So
Yeah.
that's not the case. And Q2. Locker and David and Blazer Guns actually not going on softs initially.
Maybe they're like taking it as a kind of just in case, because you know the game radar does lie sometimes, and I guess it's better to be on the safe side. So maybe what they're thinking is, you know, if it is dry enough for slicks like you say, then it could be the right call.
Well, now, yeah, I was saying about where they, like what you had in Q3 F1, where it was raining, but the guys were still on dry tyres because the DRS hadn't been disabled yet. Make it very, very tricky for these guys, especially the way the track works out.
Primus is going to be the first one to settle that. He's about to come in the final chicane now.
Yeah, see what he does. His qualifying record so far, he's missed out on Q3 once this season. That was the opening round in Australia, although he got a second place out of that, so he is a good racer, Primus. It doesn't, especially that result shows that it didn't necessarily have to do a qualifying result to get that. Sixth place last time out, although he was a lap down from the top 5 in that race. Just shows how crazy it was, but good solid start and a solid lap so far.
It's quite high on that chicane on the curb.
Nice into the hairpin as well. Getting that traction out the soft tyres. The only problem is, actually, yeah. I just thought of an idea as to why Rebster now is on mediums as well, Tomo and Hards. Maybe saving a set for Q3 potentially.
Maybe.
It's a 10-6 for Primus. Yeah, because if they use like 1 or 2 sets in say Q2, they then, because they've already used a set in Q1, they then won't have any left for Q3, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, especially if they haven't chosen, you know, like the softest selection or the hardest selection or stuff like that. Acer goes a 10-5, just about beating Primus. Jedi and mediums goes third. See what Locker can do in the hards. Oh, he's already back in the pit, so he might have invalidated his attempt.
He did. Blazer Guns has just left.
Oh, Tomo was on a lap, but I think he cut the chicane. Webster was right in front of him. Yeah, he validated a 12th lap. That would have been quite good time on hard tyres, but I think he got slightly put off by the pink car that was in front of him.
The Pinkmobile. The Homer Simpson donut.
Yeah. Eating in the chat to Patronus, Botter, Top Notch, Tabizi and Tomo, who are currently racing, obviously. 10 viewers at the present time, midway through Q2. Obviously, put your comments and any questions you want to ask me and No Shoals in the chat, and we will attempt to ask the best of our knowledge.
I don't have much knowledge, I just have a voice, that's why I'm here.
Yeah. Okay, just coming through. Obviously, quick question about the Canadian track. What's the best race that you have seen, No Shoals, or that you remember?
What do you mean, like real life?
In real life, yeah.
I mean, best race 2011, definitely. Because that was just mad. But, I mean,
since about 5 stops.
Yeah. 2019 had a lot of drama in it. With, you know, like, Penalty and all, so... I think 2011, though. How about you?
Yeah. It's kind of a toss-up for me. It's between... I was going to say 2007, but then now that had that crash with Kubica, and obviously maybe that's not really a correct one. But 2008, really, because you obviously expected the year of Lewis Hamilton to win that race, and obviously crashed in the pit lane when the red light was on, and obviously that threw the grid order rounds, and that led to Kubica. Robert Kubica winning the race, his only victory, I believe, up until this point.
Yeah. I mean, let's be honest, it's not like he's going to get a victory with Williams unless they do ground effect a year early or something.
Unless they make like a 3-second gain like next season and he's still in the car, because, you know, he may not keep his seat after the performance he's doing, but... Let's get back to this. Tim Monique is just about to start a lap on his medium tyres. Kind of get his way into Q3. Oh, and that was a very big twitch out of there. Out of turn 2, I think that was. I was going to reboot. He's got plenty of time though. He's still got 8 minutes.
Yeah.
So that's fine, but that was a bit of a moment there.
The problem he's got now is we do have quite a few cars out on track at the moment, but we've still got 10 people to set times. So, you know, if everyone leaves it to last minute, this could mean that we could see some very big traffic jams. That'll be the M25.
Yeah. I never want to sort of leave it late in any session of qualifying. I don't know about you, but I don't want to put myself under any sort of pressure, especially around a track like this. It's so easy just to, you know, mistime your braking at any point of this track and invalidate your time, even if you didn't even mean to cut the corner, and then that's it. Your race is then could be troubled, as Tabizi is going into bits for another go. Ace of Faces left. Yeah, he was the host, though, that's the thing.
Sure, we're gonna have a new host now. I'll see if we can find out who it is.
Yeah, we'll go to the next person who was in the lobbies, but I don't know who that was.
Oh, this will annoy me now.
McCracken has gone fastest on a 10.2. Good stuff from him. That should be safe enough. Here comes his teammate Tijosaurus, a little bit of a slide at the last corner. He's going to be in the 10s as well, and that's in the 10 flat. So both Alphas leading the constructors, remember, going into this race. They haven't lost any speed.
Yeah. Just to notice, it looks quite cold out on track. Like, you know, it's quite cloudy. Though I'm not going to have a lot of track temperature, so it'll be. Obviously, they could probably set the faster times, but...
Yeah, Tim has gone third as well, so he's carrying on in good form. Tim in the Renault. Yeah, colder temperatures well, it is very overcast. Maybe the harder tyres, which Tomo right now is on the mediums now. Maybe the harder compounds are struggling to get that sort of initial grip. Maybe doing a couple of laps. Ace of Ace is back, which is good. Tomo right up on the inside curve with a hairpin as he goes through his lap.
Didn't involve it.
It's still definitely a weird call for me, going on a harder compound than the softs, because as I said, I get the sort of planned maybe save for Q3, but a lot of confidence. But he's coming across the line now. It's in the 11s. 11.2 goes fastest of those that have set on mediums. Yeah, so pretty good, but it's not safe, I don't think.
Well, we've got 4 minutes to go, and we've still got 4 minutes for 4 people to set times. So it's still all to play for here, because with that wet weather, there's either going to be a spray of roadblock or it's going to be carnage, which, because F4 is so unpredictable, we don't know, but of course you've got to be prepared for that. So it's really, this is the point where you have to call it, whether you want to, if you want to be up in the top 10, drivers where, it's going to be competitive, or you want to be further down the field or whatever, but...
Good lap from 4 goes just into 5th on the soft tyres, so good lap from him. Might be under a little bit of pressure that time, but safe for now.
For now. In the Hias.
Right, Tabisi. Obviously set the pace in Q2, but again, he's on medium tyres, so he's leaving it to chance. But this looks a very quick time, actually. Ooh. It's a 9.7 on medium tyres. Hello.
I'm going to join a new league and might get better luck.
Yeah, that's a very quick time on medium tyres. That is going to actually send a shiver down a few people's spines, actually, with that. Because obviously you can go quicker on softs. So that's a good half a second, I think, the difference between the two tyres.
I can give you the difference, because I have that here. So... well, obviously, the soft tyres are the C5, medium C4, and hards are C3. The difference between the soft and mediums is around about half a second. It's 0.459. So that's going to be in the first stages. The hards are 1.3 seconds off the pace. But the softs will do, according to the game, not me, please don't hurt me, 26 laps. The mediums will do 39 laps, and the hards will do 50 laps. However, that's not always the case. And this is qualifying as well, so it can vary.
Either way, that is definitely going to send a shiver as Tim and Eek. This looks like a very good time. So yes, a 9.9. Well done, Tim and Eek. Brilliant stuff. What's his... yeah, that's a really good qualifying time from Tim and Eek. Brilliant. That should see him safely through. How many times has he made it? He's made Q3 once, and that was in Bahrain. So, yeah,
like
great
Canada.
stuff. Yeah, might be a good trap for him. Rebster coming through 7 and 8 now. Minute 23, minute 25 to go. And this is where the business point ends. You've got Primus, Tomo, and Jedi, Rebster, Blazer, all under pressure. Rebster is behind Locker. Rebster's about to finish his lap. Locker's right in the way on the racing line. He's about to start, but that's put Rebster right off the racing line. That's not helped with his time at all. He is going to finish, and yeah, it's a 10.8. I don't think he'd be very happy with Locker there. Locker actually went into the pits. He wasn't starting another lap, so Locker was right on the racing line.
That is, was that, yeah, Blazer Guns, into 4th place in the mediums with 110.1. So he's managed to...
Okay.
So it's...
That's promising as well, because at least he's gone close to Beasy on the same tyre, so we might have a bit of competition for pole, if it stays dry, obviously.
I don't understand what happens in F4, but somehow around tracks like this, like Canada, where Ferrari were great in real life, they're both in the bottom 4, so I don't know what happens in this game sometimes, but King Tomo's on his lap, Rebster's probably going to go into the pits at this point, and then Primus is coming to the final chicane now.
I think... Oh no, this actually might not be good. No, Primus is out. Rebs is in the pits. It's just Tomo. There's Tomo left to go. Is he going quick on his time? Yeah, he is. He's on a 21.9 middle sector. He's going quicker, but is it going to be quick enough? He's got to find 7 tenths to knock out Jay Locker. Goes through the chicane. That's plenty of VRS. Is it going to be enough? Ooh. It is. 10.4 sneaks into Q3.
All good.
He done the same thing in Spain, actually. In Spain, in pretty much all the runs I saw him, he kept running out of VRS by the line, but it just about saved him. There you go. So there's the eliminations from Q2. J-Lock and the Mercedes try to go through on mediums, only just got eliminated in the end. Primus, that's a bit of a surprise for Primus in 12th place. I think he had the pace to be solidly in the top 10, but he will start 12th. Rebster 13th, and Jedi David in the Ferrari will start 14th. So Primus... Yeah, apart from Australia, that's only the second time he has failed to make it through to Q3.
Jay Looker's not happy.
Everyone? Yeah. He'll be back. I think it's the change of host. It's not doing well for this server at the moment, but seems okay. It's just the odd couple of people keep on dropping out here, but here we go into Q3. Who's your money on pole? No, Charles.
Text me. Text the what the.
What's easy, but you text
me.
Yes.
That person.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's good. But actually, the car that's in front of him, Blazer Guns, also showed the pace. I think. Obviously, as me and you know, it's all just down to whether you do the lap in Q3, because this is where the nerves start kicking in. Obviously, you have a chance of pole, and it's that moment, Charles, isn't it, when you're going purple in like the first and second sector, and then all of a sudden the heart rate goes up, and that's when the mistakes come in. So Q3, all about the business end now.
Yeah, it's not as bad as last night in F1.
Yeah, you got pole position actually.
I did, and then I crashed.
In a much more stressful situation, I might add as well.
Yeah, it's just one of those quality sessions where it's set up to the point that it's so convenient to screw you over. And that's what, I mean, I'm not going to say his name, one of the guys ended up invalidating, and they were in front of me, the only person in front of me, so I ended up getting pole, and then all the times just started getting slower and slower, so, I mean, they've not got this in this qualifying session, but, you know, it can also come down to time at the end, so you've just got to be that bit more careful.
Let's take you on board of a lap. On board of McCracken, one of the championship contenders in the Alfa Romeo, coming across the start-finish line down into turn 1. Got to avoid the apex on the left, and then through turn 2, got to sort of hug the apex on the right-hand side, let the car drag out. Didn't do that, but shouldn't hamper him too much. Now turn 3 and 4, this opening, and you've got to be careful with the track limits. Turn 5 is this right-hander, and then turn 6 is 6 and 7, another chicane. All these chicanes, you've got to watch out the track limits, use the curves, but don't over-abuse them. Onto the back straight, a little spurt of VRS under the bridge. Through turn 7 and 8, curbs can throw the car, especially that middle one there, into the wall. Then into the hairpin. Big opportunity for some overtaking, but you've got to get your braking just right and perfect, because then you've got this long straight down to the final braking point, and the most important braking point of the entire lap, and you've got so much time to think about where you're going to place the car. Underneath the bridge, under the side, and just flick the car in. You just got to thread your way through, like the Baku Castle section. He's done so. You've got to cross the line and sets a 10 flat, goes provisional pole.
That was very nice time from him. 8 hours about to cross the line. Third fastest, 1:10.7. Pretty solid lap from him.
Tijosaurus was actually one of the first few, as was Blazer Guns. They both invalidated on their first run.
That could be down to, you know, a lot of pressure, obviously. Blazer Guns is going to come through the finals. Nope, he's going into the pits. Timonique's on the pit straight now, though. I think he might. Did he invalidate as well?
He's just on a slow lap. Slow lap was 17, so.
Probably look at the ERS more often.
Right, let's see what Timmer can do. Flings into the final chicane. You can sort of run the car wide into there. This is a pretty good time, actually. It's a 10.3, goes second. As Blaze has left the session. Oh, and Tijosaurus has got it, a 9.7, went to the 9s. Hips his teammate.
Thor goes 5th fastest, 1:10.6.
Would it be interesting if both Alfa Romeos, of course, both going for the championship in these early going, will be together on the front row. Of course, there'd be no team orders, I would imagine, considering they're so close.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean,
oh, here comes Timonique. Timonique, oh, a 10 flat, splits them. Splits the Alphas. Oh, this is
close.
I was thinking of Timonique, this looks like a very good track for him, because his record so far is a 10th, 8th and an 8th so far. And I did not finish, and he did not race in Spain, so maybe tonight, early going, but maybe tonight this could be the start of his championship properly as Alco begins. I think with no, go on.
Yeah. We both started talking at the same time. This is mind control and mind reading. But yeah, I think Alco want to do good for the team because, like I was saying before, Red Bull good in the constructors and that. So, you know, he'll be wanting to get a good time, and also if he can get up there with the likes of Timonique and McCracken, he could have a good race here.
See how his sector times compare. 22.2 middle sector. He's 4 tenths down on Tijosaurus's whole lap up at the moment. But yeah, as you're saying, with both both Alphas, first and third as it currently stands, you know, Primus in 12, so Red Bull under a bit of pressure. So this is all on Alco now. Through the chicane, very nice. He's actually going to go up there. It's a 10-1, goes 4th. That last sector must have been absolutely demon. What did he
Have a
do?
look.
28.3. So he was 4 tenths down in the middle sector.
Where's he been faster?
Yeah, that's where he
He
lost
was-
his time. It's all middle sector.
Yeah. He was faster than McCracken in the first sector. He matched Tigosaurus in the first sector, so I guess
I'll tell you the person that is. Sorry.
sorry,
We keep
sorry,
doing
sorry, you go. You are the streamer. You have the right.
I'd say the person that's actually under pressure is your pick for poll is to Beezy or to Bitsy. There's someone in the chat is actually cheering him on. Pix12 saying it's come on to Beezy, you're better than that. Yeah, he showed the pace in Q2, but he's currently 6th. Validated his next run. So, well, here he goes again. He goes up through turn 3 and turn 4, right on the ball with him. Flinging it into the chicane, a little bit over turn 4 that might have invalidated.
I will have a look.
Fine margins. Temping a bit down.
I think he did.
Still using ERS though.
Depends on what lap he's on. I can't see.
I think he's on lap 4, lap 3 or 4.
Or you're invalidated lap 3 to the track limits, so could be wrong. Could be. Oh.
Very late in the brakes into the head, and he's a 10.5 up. But he's not, unless he absolutely nails the chicane. He's got a little bit of slipstream from the Ferrari. Tries to nick it. Just about. But yeah, he's going to fling this into the final chicane now.
Oh.
No, he's going again.
So he must have invalidated.
So. And that's the pressure, isn't it? We were talking about the pressure of Q3, the nerves. Because we know he can stick it on pole. You know, can solidly get in the 9s. He did that on mediums in Q2. So, all about that. Alco has not beaten his original time, so he'll go again.
Yeah. He's starting his lap now.
Right, Blazer. Blazer's another one that could stick it up there, but he went way over the curb on turn 1. Weird one, because sometimes you can take that line and still be okay.
He invalidated.
He's gone straight down the CRARS.
Yeah.
If he hadn't invalidated, he now has. He
Yeah.
must have done with that turn.
Yeah. Everyone is they're not starting the laps. I think King Tomo is going to be the first one across the line. Oh, he must be going for another run. So,
What's happening with Timony? Is that damage?
Thor's behind King Tomo. He's going to start his lap.
I felt Timony's slowing down on his time. He's got enough time and ERS probably to go again.
Yeah.
Alco flung his way through the last chicane. 10.2. No?
We've got McLaren. It's Ayers on the back straight now. He looks to be down this time, but it could be made up in that last chicane.
Was a bit over the curb there. Quicker, but
Nope.
slightly quicker, but it didn't count.
Yeah. Timo, starting his lap now. What's his name? The racing point. I can't say it.
It's either to Busy or to Bitsy, as you were saying.
Yeah.
So stick with one and go with one and stick with it.
I'm just gonna call him T from now on. So T started his lap.
T. Okay.
Yeah, T. Mr. T then. King Tomo's moved up into 5th place.
Yeah, 10.1. Good luck from him. Timonique is slightly up on his time. No difficult way to look. Alco is done. Timonique is 2 tenths up on his lap, but Digisaurus is also up. What's Mr. T doing? Is he up on his time?
Mr. T is up on his time. Yep. I don't know if
Oh, so
I don't
everyone's
think it's gonna be
improving.
enough now.
Everyone's improving. So here comes Tim Aniek. He's 3/10ths up. So if this is a clean lap, this is going to be pole. And
No.
no, he couldn't improve. Neither could McCracken. So where is this going to go? Tim is in the pit.
Oh,
Oh,
Mr. T!
Tabitsi's out.
And that's going to ruin everyone else.
Into the wall of champions.
Tigosaurus, no!
But Tigosaurus as well.
He's just hitting to the back
That
of
same
him.
place.
I was saying that that's going to ruin.
4 is in. Yeah, the qualifying is over in dramatic style. So Tigosaurus, despite planting himself into the Wall of Champions, well, he's confirmed that he's going to be a champion at some point. Maybe that's a bit of crystal ball reading there, but despite that, the only guy in the nines takes pole position. But biggest shout, I think, of this session is Tim Aniek on the front row for the first time this season. Made Q3 only once so far, and he qualified 9th, I believe, in that race. So definite best starting position. Can he capitalise on it? But he's in between the two championship contenders of the I keep calling them Saubers, Alphas.
The B team.
Yes. Alka Saints in 4th, Tom Overgood qualifying in 5th, Tim at 6th. Mr. T, Tabizi, whatever we're calling him. I think just nerves got the better of him, I think, because I think he had the capability of getting pole. Could be the same for Blazer as well, because they were both up there, pace-wise, in Q2. But 7th and 10th for them.
Cool. Very good qualifying.
And the rest of the top 10, BVB 4 in 8th in the Haas now. Acer in 9th, and then Blazer Guns rounding up the last of those in 10th. So that is Tigosaurus's 3rd pole position. He got a pole last time out, actually, in Spain. He also got the pole in the Chinese Grand Prix. Went on to 5th. He's only won once, though, this season, and that was back in Bahrain. But the championship contender, or championship leader, sorry, went into this as Tomo said, there is a wet start to this race, and they're all on intermediate tyres. And we have lost someone. I can't think who that is.
Have we?
Yeah, Locker. Lost Locker, because he was going to start 11th, and there's a gap. And somebody has readied up, and I'm not on the screen. It's one of the new guys,
Tricks.
MC Tricks. Yeah. You're not meant to do that, my friend. Reading the rules. The rules are there. Read them. But a penalty will be coming his way.
Wait.
I'm afraid.
We're not allowed to talk about penalties.
Well, no, but that one is straight up. We all know what that is.
I know.
Don't ready up before the lobby host.
I don't know.
Yeah, so the problem is that not everyone is here. As you can see, not everyone went away from the grid. But that's the reason why we have a formation lap. But here we go. Let's run down the grid. If you want to do that.
You want me to do it?
Yeah.
Okay. So, after a good qualifying 3 session, Tigosaurus is on pole position. We've got Tim Aniek, who stellar job to get into 2nd place. McCracken, then the other Alfa Romeo, is in 3rd place. Alka Saints in 4th. King Tomo in 5th. Timma in 6th. Mr. T, 7th. BBB Thor in 8th. Acer 9th. And Blazer Guns in 10th. We would have had an 11th, but I'm just going to say that's for the cupcake for the winner at the end of the race. 12th is Primus Gaming. Redster, who's sitting on the grid because he's probably been hit somewhere. 13th, Jedi David in the other Ferrari. 14th, say other Ferrari. Kington was in the other one. Spiral is in 15th after crashing it in Q1. Dirty Kelsey is in 16th. Tom the Ecomaniac is in 17th. Overcome Orphan 18th. Overside in 19th. And the Ready Upper Whooper AJ aka Mr. Tricks. MC Tricks.
Yep. But here we go. So, oh goodness me, we've had somebody go out already, and that is I think a McLaren. Might have been Acer. He'll be up to the grid. There's a racing point that has skipped everybody, but I think that's the game that's taken control of his car. I don't think that's him. So it's not a good sign when the formation lap is not in formation. A few cars still on the grid. Couple didn't move because of MC Tricks readying up, but he will get rifle punishment. But here we go. This is going to be an interesting start. Don't think we've had a wet Grand Prix this week, so let's see how these guys can handle it. But here we go. 3, 4, 5 lights. Round number 7 of the championship, and away we go. There's a lot of lag. And Timonique has... No, I can't see what's going on. No, this is... Okay. I think... no, yes. This is lagging horribly. Is that the same on yours?
Yeah.
Or is it just me?
Okay. Are we just
what that was about. I think... Oh no, oh yeah. This is... Yeah, Jedi okay. David's lost. I'm not sure, it's a bit messy. Because the lights kept going on and off, and... See, we did migrate host, because Face-to-Face is meant to be the host.
Give me a minute, I'll just look at the rules.
See what they're saying in the chat, I'm not sure. But Overside and Tom are way behind everyone else. I don't think they properly started. I will carry on regardless until get given a restart. Jedi David is back. Digisaurus keeps... Well, actually, yeah, keeps the lead. Tabizi's had a good start. Up to second, McCracken third. Oh, and there's a spinner. Blazer Guns on the last corner. He's pointed the wrong way. Where is he? He's going to keep on going. I think he is. Yeah, there he goes. He's down to 15th though. Kelsey's in the pits already. One on fastest lap interval. There we go. So, Digisaurus leads. Mr. T in second.
Do you want me to go speak to them about this? Just quickly.
Free starting. Again, it's not my call because, well, I don't want to make the call for a restart. It definitely was laggy on mine, and if it was laggy on yours, and I think everyone else's, then yes, but I don't think I'm in a position to do that. But yeah, so we carry on regardless. So Acer up 4 positions, Primus up 6th as well. If there is a restart, we'll have one very, very shortly, but carry on. Digisaurus seems to be holding a stable enough lead over the racing point of Mr. T. Ace has had a good start anyway from this, but again, it could be because of whatever's going on. Definitely a rough old start, and I know obviously it was meant to be Acer face of the host, and that went to somebody else, but Acer was looking up on the outside of Alco. Couldn't get the move done, couldn't get the break in time, so Alco keeps in 4th. So Acer in between both Red Bulls. Timonique, he was lagging a bit as well. Yeah, it looks fine now, guys in the chat, that obviously that start, I don't know whether that lag that we saw, and that was very evident, whether that affected everybody's start, because it definitely did. Ace of Faces left already. Got a message from No Shells. Let's see what's going on. Let's bring them back in. It's not the ideal situation. We want everything to run smooth, but we'll see what is going on. Yeah, I'm getting... Yeah. Okay. What's happening now, Charles?
We are restarting.
Okay. Is that because the lag that we saw, everyone else got that as well? I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair enough. Right, there we go. So that's going to be a restart, guys. Yeah, the lag that we saw and was very evident, and you guys saw it as well on the stream. That happened as well, which kind of makes sense because Acer was original host. He left during qualifying, so over there. So we are going to leave this session and we'll be invited very shortly to restart the grid. So it's a shame, but obviously we have to do these things from time to time. Hopefully the restart shouldn't take that long.
This is just becoming more of a trend now, actually, because we had quite a few restarts last week, actually, and we had a few the week before that, and
yeah, last week's F4 was fine.
Yeah, it's the game's fault. We blame everything on the game because it is its fault.
Yeah, there is that. Although it could be. Why am I going on weekly event? Don't do that. Don't do that. Why are we doing that? No. I'm not going to make the streaming account become part of esports, but there you go. Yeah, this is the time where we got to stall a little bit until we have a restart, which shouldn't take that long. Normally takes around about 5-10 minutes, which is always the positive thing about this league. Whenever we've had a restart, I don't know whether you've had one, but the time between that is normally around about 5-10 minutes maximum, so... Well, I will say one thing. Obviously, with that start, Tim and Eek didn't have a great start from that, so at least he gets another go at it. But I think he had a bit of a stuttering start from the grid as well. So I don't think that was his fault, but definitely the right call. I think if the lag was that bad, that severe from everyone else on the grid, then that was the best call to do.
Yeah, I know the reasoning behind it, but I'm just gonna leave it and not say like what happened. But it was just an issue with like a migrating host and that. So
yeah, I mean I could see the issue, and if that was happening on everyone else's screen, I mean I would as well. As I said, I'm not the person to call it. So yeah, what's going to happen now is they're going to reset the grid, so the lobby is going to be set to race only with a custom grid, which is a benefit because we're not going to go through qualifying again. Yeah, Dino Kid in the chat says that no, we're not doing qualifying again because otherwise we'll be here till 11, and I'm not paid to do that. Well, we're not paid at all, so I'm not staying until 11. Oh. Well, there's the lobby anyway, so this shouldn't take long enough at all. So yeah, race as you can see is set to 50% custom grid. They're going to put the weather, I assume, to intermediate. Charles.
no, we
obviously that was
have it left on dynamic.
Oh, we might have a dry start. Hey.
Yeah, that could be a possibility. But definitely, probably.
Which again, no, I'm not going to question it. I'm not in there, not in a position. I'm just a commentator. Just a commentator. My opinion.
I'm liking this now because it means that my my tire notes are actually going to come in handy. Didn't spend 5
Right.
minutes just wasting time.
Yeah, so for Dino Kid in the chat, obviously, and for everybody else who remember, so whenever a restart happens, the official rule, and every league obviously is slightly different with this, but our official rule is that if you have 4 or more disconnects, like randomly, at the same time, or over a short period of time, like say a minute, then a decision for a restart is called upon. If that happens when it's like past 50%, then they will do half points. If it's 75% race distance done, then they do a restart, then it's full points. They obviously decide if that happens at any point, which hopefully now or never will happen, but if there's anything between like qualifying and the race, then this is what happens. Obviously, if qualifying is done, which is in this situation, then they will set the grid as it was, or as it would have been. Someone somewhere would have taken screenshots, and then they'll go from the grid. They'll sort out the grid in some sort of way, and then we'll go as if nothing happened, basically. So, and again, hopefully the turnaround shouldn't be too long. We've already got half of the grid in anyway, so again, shouldn't take too long.
Right.
The other rule we must bring into effect, as you know, Shoals, is if it is dry. Again, that differs for different people, but if it is dry, then those people that qualified on the medium tires will have to start on those medium tires for the race.
Can you give me 5 minutes? I need to go and help my fellow racers with the grid. I don't know, I guess they've not got it something, but I'll be back.
Oh, they haven't got it? Right, I know what to do. Okay, never mind. Right, I know what to do, guys. Just to help these guys out, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the stream so they can set the grid that way. This sometimes happens. I'm going to stop the stream so they can go via the stream. All they have to do is go to the point where qualifying has ended and then take it that way. So we'll be back 5 minutes tops. So keep watching the channel. In about 5-10 minutes, get yourself a drink or something. We'll have the race set up as soon as possible. So I'm going to stop the stream now, and we'll see you guys in a bit.